Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you've been paying attention, you know that AI literally never sleeps. And man, this past week has been absolutely insane. We've seen massive drops from Nvidia, Anthropic, multiple robotics labs. Honestly, it's a lot to process. But hey, that's exactly why we're here. Our mission today is to take this incredibly chaotic week of massive releases and organize it into a neat, practical toolkit that you can actually understand and use right away. Let's get into it.
Okay, we're going to dive right in by dropping a surprisingly accessible number on you, $13,000. I mean, think about it. Just a couple of years ago, a highly capable humanoid home robot was strictly the stuff of multi-million-dollar sci-fi movie budgets, right? But today, 13 grand is the rumored price tag for a brand new, highly capable home robot that can literally do your laundry and iron your clothes. No joke. It absolutely proves that AI is leaping off our screens and into our physical reality. We're going to talk a lot more about that specific robot in just a bit.
So, to avoid total cognitive overload today, we are breaking this super busy week of AI news down into 5 neat, logical chapters. Upgrading everyday creative work, a step-by-step guide to image relighting, next-gen models and agents, AI in the physical world, and finally, what this means for you.
All right, Chapter 1, Upgrading Everyday Creative Work. Let's see what we've got.
We're seeing some fantastic new open-source software hit the scene that basically acts like a magic wand for your digital editing. A perfect example is the difference you get with the new Control Light AI tool. Think about when you're trying to fix a dark photo. Traditional tools, like your standard brightness slider, they often completely ruin dark photos. If you crank that exposure up too much, it just introduces a ton of nasty noise and artifacts, right? Everything looks washed out and grainy. But the new Control Light AI, it doesn't just bump up the exposure. It generatively adds brightness to the scene. The model actually understands how real photos are supposed to look, so it learns different degrees of brightness while completely focusing on keeping the structure of your original image totally stable. Whether you're restoring old photos, fixing up a night scene, or even dealing with grainy surveillance footage, it brightens the whole thing without those dreaded flaws. It's a real game changer.
Moving on to another everyday creative headache, finding specific objects in crowded videos. Well, Nvidia just dropped a seriously powerful vision language model called Locate Anything. And in simple terms, you just give it an image or a video, ask it to find a certain animal or object, and boom, it instantly draws bounding boxes around every single instance of it. But the real secret sauce here is something called parallel box decoding. See, older models generate coordinates almost like spelling out a location, one number at a time, token by token. And honestly, that's slow and pretty unreliable. Parallel box decoding, though, predicts the entire bounding box together in one single step. This makes object detection incredibly fast and geometrically consistent. We're talking about saving you literally hours of manual editing and masking.
Moving right along to Chapter 2, Step-by-Step Image Relighting.
So let's get practical for a second and look at a really powerful new system called Pixel Relights. It has this beautifully simple workflow. Step 1, you just input a single standard 2D photo. Step 2 is where the AI kicks in and does the heavy lifting. It estimates this rough 3D understanding of everything in the scene: chairs, tables, background objects, the whole shebang. Step 3, and this is where you come in, you just drag your cursor around the screen to dictate exactly where the light is coming from. You can even turn the light into a narrow spotlight to make it trickier. And finally, Step 4. The AI relies on that 3D estimation to relight the entire scene realistically, based exactly on where you placed your cursor. I mean, it is a wildly powerful, completely free tool that takes a flat, poorly lit photo and turns it into a dynamic, professionally lit scene just by dragging your mouse. How cool is that?
Okay, Chapter 3, Next-Gen Models and Agents. Let's take a look.
AI agents are absolutely everywhere in the news right now. But let's be real, a lot of people still don't know what they actually do. So, the absolutely crucial point here is understanding what an agent actually is. According to a fantastic new AI agent cheat sheet that HubSpot just released, a true AI agent doesn't just answer questions like your standard chatbot. It actually has 4 core traits. First up, planning. It can map out steps to achieve a larger goal. Second, tool use. It can literally browse the web or use software on its own. Third, autonomy. It works independently without you constantly needing to prompt it. And fourth, self-correction. It actually recognizes its own mistakes and fixes them on the fly.
And speaking of agents, we just got a massive update to the models actually powering them. If we compare the newest giants on the scene, Anthropic just dropped Opus 4.8. Based on their self-reported benchmarks, it's really pushing ahead in reasoning. But its standout feature, hands down, is what they're calling honesty. Opus 4.8 is apparently 4 times less likely to allow flaws in its code without noticing. And get this, it will actively push back on bad or weak plans in your workflows, rather than just confidently hallucinating some totally wrong answer. However, OpenAI's GPT 5.5, it still holds the crown when it comes to raw, agentic terminal coding. So depending on whether you need a flawless autonomous coder or an honest analytical partner, the landscape is becoming incredibly specialized right now.
And to show you just how incredibly powerful these agents are becoming, let's explore a new framework called Auto Scientist. See, AI agents aren't just for writing code or drafting your emails anymore. Auto Scientist proves they can literally organize themselves into these autonomous, decentralized teams to tackle messy, real-world scientific research together. As we know, real science is chaotic. Ideas hit walls, directions constantly change. Well, in this framework, different agents take on different roles. Some act as analysts, reading through past experiments, while others act as experimenters, writing code and actually testing out ideas. They then share their findings on a centralized discussion forum, which even includes a dead-end registry, so they don't waste time on failed hypotheses. Guys, this is literally a complete automated research lab running in parallel. Mind-blowing.
Which brings us to Chapter 4, AI in the Physical World.
Okay, the absolute magic of the new Athena Zero robot is its ability to completely rewire its patterns on the fly. Now, juggling is a classic robotics benchmark because it requires perfect spatial computing and real-time hardware coordination just to track all those moving targets. But the Athena Zero didn't just learn to juggle your standard 3-ball cascade. No, it learned to juggle 5 entirely different styles in less than 10 minutes of real-world interaction. It can transition seamlessly from one complex pattern to the next because the AI adapts instantly. It's not just memorizing some rigid pre-programmed script anymore, it's learning and reacting in real time.
And hey, remember that $13,000 price tag we talked about at the very beginning of this explainer? Well, that gets you the adorable Astrobot T1. It has a wheeled base, so sure, it can't climb stairs just yet, but on flat surfaces, it is remarkably capable. Just consider what this thing can do. It can help you out in the kitchen, it can take your dirty clothes, put them in the washing machine, operate the machine, take them out, and then actively iron them on a board. It can even act as a bartender for your parties or help move things around in a warehouse setting. For $13,000, we are looking at a highly capable physical agent officially entering the consumer home space. It's really happening.
Finally, let's bring it all home. Chapter 5, What This Means for You. We have covered a massive amount of ground today, everything from photo upscalers to literally laundry folding robots. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. Are you actually ready for this level of integration? Because the tools we covered today, they aren't just theoretical white papers. They are open source code repositories you can download today or products hitting the market right this second. With AI so quickly transitioning from screen-based text generators to physical, autonomous entities that can understand 3D space, fix their own mistakes, and actually manipulate objects in the real world, how will you integrate these incredible tools into your own workflow? It is absolutely time to start experimenting with this toolkit. Thanks so much for joining me today, Focus Learners, and I'll see you in the next explainer.